Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Catcher Cup in the Great League, and we want to be kind of rotating this team that we've been featuring, but this time we're going to have Lickitung in the front, Gligar, and then Shadow Dragonair as a closer. Here we're going to stay in, trying to figure out how they are going to be throwing their Gligar energy. So it looks like, first off, they were throwing in one above the charge move. We try to catch a move right there. Unfortunately, we do not catch the move. We switch into the Gligar. We get absolutely hard counter with the Kilo Swan here. We're going to have to just chip away at this. They're not going to allow us to get to another Aero Ace. They take out our Gligar pretty easily. Here we're going to go in with our Lickitung. We're going to go with this Power Whip here to get rid of this Kilo Swan ASAP. We don't want to see this Kilo Swan versus our Dragonair at all. They're going to come back in with their Gligar. They had Earthquake energy. Looks like they're going to throw the Earthquake. We're going to try to get this Gligar low enough so that we can potentially farm it down. Because at this point, we only have one shield. Here, we're going to switch out, and they have a Dunsparce in the back. So, Dunsparce is going to be the Spotlight Hour coming up. So, unfortunately for us, we do not have the Dunsparce, but they are running the Dunsparce, which is fairly tanky for what it's worth. We are able to survive one drill run here, so we do get the second shield out of the way. We're almost to another Body Slam, and unfortunately, we are literally one fast move away from taking that out. Unfortunately for us, we're not going to have enough health. It looks like we are going to be taken down by that Dunsparce with their fast move. So GG's to our opponent right there. On to the next game. So yeah, we're going to try to see if we can close with the Dragonair in this video here. So let's see how it works out. Steelix here is a problem as we don't really have a counter to this thing. The Dragon Tails from this Steelix are able to do basically super effective or neutral damage for our entire team. And then we're going to try to wiggle out of this situation. In fact, we might even try to take this Steelix all the way down because we don't really have an answer to this. And as soon as we switch out, they're just going to debuff our next Pokemon. So I think we're just going to try to get this as low as possible. I'm going to come back in and we're going to try to farm this down. Let's see. We are going to be able to farm it down with our Dragonair, but we took a huge hit. And so now we have Gligar to save the day here. 2-shield Gligar, is it possible to win? So far, we have a great switch in right here. Charger Bug is only going to be able to throw X Scissor, interesting enough. We go for this dig for a lot of neutral damage right there. And our opponent is going to throw another X Scissor. Here, we're going to try to throw our move on the after the no, we're not going to throw the move. We're actually just going to try to farm down. But they don't allow us to do that, so they go back into their Quagsire. We go for the dig, they shield that. We're going to go for another dig. They shield that as well. And we don't know what moveset this Quagsire has here, but we're going to see if we're going to be able to win this. They go for the Mud Bomb right there. So possibly this is running the Mud Bomb Stone Edge version. So they're going to have to throw another move here. Is this Mud Bomb? It is another Mud Bomb, which lets us switch out and go into our Dragonair. We do take out this Quagsire, and then we're going to be able to farm down that Charger Bug. So GG's to our opponent right there. Saved by the Gligar. Saved by the Gligar and also saved by that Quagsire not running Aqua Tail. Probably was running the Mud Bomb Stone Edge version. So next game here, we're going to be running into the Medicham. Medicham here is going to be a neutral matchup for us here. But we're going to try to see if they have any ice types in the back. We try to catch a move right there. They did farm up to a potential Dynamic Punch, so we try to catch the move right there. Unfortunately, no Dynamic Punch. They do reveal that they have a Jellicent, so we should be able to come back in with the Lickitung here. We're going to be able to tank this first move, and we're going to be able to throw a Power Whip here fairly soon. This Power Whip will not KO, but it will get low enough so that we could potentially farm it down. But they do shield. We do get a shield from our opponent right here. We tank the next Surf, and then we're going to switch into our Dragonair versus this Medicham. We do have two shields. We're trying to use the Dragonair as a closer. Let's see how it does as a closer here. First, we do have to shield that Ice Punch, and then we're going to have to get to this Body Slam here. Takes out the Medicham. We know that the Jellicent is almost to a move, but it's not quite. We're going to have to throw this Aqua Tail here versus this Clocksire. We know this Clocksire has hard-hitting moves, so we're going to have to shield here no matter what. Ends up being the Stone Edge. Our opponent ends up switching into their Jellicent. We are able to snipe that energy right there, but we're going to try to take out this Clocksire with this Aqua Tail. Is this enough? Not quite. Unfortunately for us, this Clocksire is able to survive that Aqua Tail right there and able to throw that Stone Edge right back at our Dragonair. So a little bit unfortunate right there, but next game, let's see who we face. Next, we're going to be faced with the Nidoqueen. This Nidoqueen, we're going to have a neutral matchup versus this Lickitung. We want to see how they're going to be throwing their moves. They go for the Earth Power first. So here we're going to go for this Body Slam, and then we're going to switch out. We do get met with a Water Gun Lantern. So this Water Gun Lantern here is going to be able to get to a Surf here, and because they're running Water Gun, one Surf is enough to KO. Or not, actually. Not able to KO, but it is not going to let us get to a Dig, is what I meant to say. Here, we have to consider shielding, but we're going to let this Surf go through. We do get to the Power Whip. This Power Whip will chip away at this Lantern. We're going to switch out. Our opponent ends up switching back into their Nidoqueen. We already get to a Body Slam right here. We take out that Nidoqueen. We have 2 shields with this Dragonair. They come back in with a Shadow Victory Bell here. We do not want to throw any moves, and we're going to be able to farm down with the Dragonair. So GG's to our opponent right there. Able to clutch and close the game with the Shadow Dragonair in that example. All right, let's see the next game. Here, we're going to be faced with a Artabax here. And Artabax is a problem for us in the back. So we're going to stay in here. We're going to see if they're going to allow us to take this down in the lead. Our opponent ends up throwing a move right here. We're going to let it go. Ends up being the Dragon Claw. Nice catch by my opponent right there. We're going to throw a Body Slam right at this Clocksire. And then we're going to come back in with our Gligar. This Gligar has a great matchup versus this Clocksire, as we can tank any move, especially Sludge Bomb. So now that we know that they have Sludge Bomb and possibly Earthquake, we know that we can win this really easily. So we're going to allow the next Sludge Bomb to go through. We're going to throw the next move on... okay, we're just going to farm down because we can tank the next Sludge Bomb. Their opponent ends up coming back in with the Artabax, sniping all of our energy right there. Luckily, we are able to get to another Body Slam right here. Forcing out a shield, we're going to snipe the Artabax energy, and then we're going to go in with the 2-shield Dragonair situation again. So here we have the Quagsire, ends up knowing the Mud Bomb. Looks like this Quagsire potentially knows Mud Bomb and Stone Edge, I believe. They do catch a move, but our opponent is in a bad situation because our Dragonair is able to win the game. So GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.